Good morning, it's Kelly from the County Brant Public Library. We're here again today to do another program where today we're working on concrete, which is kind of a fun medium to work on. Today we're going to make concrete pumpkins. They're super cute, they're easy to do, and they're just a nice little decoration. Okay, so I'm using what they call quickcrete. So it's quick drying concrete. You actually buy it in a bucket like this, and you're going to get about 3 cups. You're going to get a stocking, and this is going to be your mold. If you can have somebody hold the stocking, great. If not, try to get yourself a little container to put the stocking over. It just makes it a little bit easier to work with. So I've got 3 cups in here. I've got my handy dandy shovel and water. So just a word of warning, you're only going to get one chance at this. Okay, so you got your 3 cups. Just slowly add your water, because if you get too much water, you don't have a chance to put more concrete in, because that's all you're going to get. Unless you have some at home, of course. So you're just going to mix it up. This concrete is really, it's like almost like powder. It's not like a concrete that you mix for your driveways or steps. This is just a fine, fine powder. As you can see, I'm just putting a little bit of water in at a time. Can you see that? I'm mixing it up. Now concrete you can add color to if you want. You can buy certain colors pre-mixed. I've never really tried that because I always like the color of concrete. So I'm getting close. Make sure you get in all the corners. You're going to get a spoon to mix it up with. Make sure you get yourself a nice bucket that's plastic. Okay, so this stuff sets in about 20 minutes, I'm going to say. But we're going to time it. Em and I are going to time it when get it in the mold. Okay? Okay, you can see it's kind of like sour cream, maybe? That's the consistency you want it to be. Make sure you get all the powder out of the corners. Okay? Then you're just going to put it in your mold. If you have an extra hand, that's great. If not, try to get yourself something to put the stocking over. This is just a stocking I bought at the dollar store. Actually, I think it was a knee high, not even a stocking. You get as much as you can out of your bucket. It's better if you have a little spoon. But I didn't have one today, so I'm using my handy dandy shovel. Okay, good enough for the moment. Okay, now that I've got it in there, I'm going to take it out. And as you can see, it's already starting to take shape. That bottom piece I just kind of tuck in the bottom there. You're going to roll her down, and you're going to get a little container for the top. Okay? And you're going to put that in the top, because that's where your hole's going to be. If you don't want a hole, that's fine. If you want a little hole with a stick, that's fine too. And you're going to just tuck that down in there. Okay? Now, you can do this one of 2 ways. I usually use string, but you can use elastics if you want. I found elastics were a little bit more difficult because it's just getting the right size of elastic. Okay? And you're going to wrap your string around like a pumpkin. Easier said than done sometimes. So you're going to do your sections, okay? And try to get the bottom centered. I'm going to just tie it off. I know it doesn't look like much right now, but it will. Okay? Now, this is where the fun part comes. Okay? Okay, you're going to leave that sitting for about 20 minutes. Okay, we're going to time it from now, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to show you the rest. Okay, have fun. Make sure you work. Hello, it's Kelly back from the County Brant Public Library. with the next stage of our concrete pumpkin. So it's been, what, 16 minutes. And look, it's already starting to harden up. Hard enough that we can take it apart, okay? Normal concrete, if you were using normal concrete, you would leave it for 24 hours, okay? As you can see, I've got blue gloves on, because concrete dries your hands out like you wouldn't know. And you look like little prunes after a while. So wear gloves. It just makes it a little bit easier on your hands, okay? See, I'm not worrying about it falling apart because it's setting up pretty quick. You could cut it off, but you might want to use it again, okay? So I'm going to leave that little container in there, only because I'm going to put a plant in, okay? So you're actually going to let this, it will actually change color as time goes on. As you can see, this one here is fairly white. It's been set for weeks. This one I just did a couple days ago, and you can see the difference in color. So as it dries, it will change a little bit of color, okay? So you can just clean it up a little bit because it is still a little bit soft. If you want, and if you had a little bit of concrete left, do I have a little bit? Just a second, I might. No, it's too hard. If you had a little bit of concrete left, you could actually make a little leaf and actually stick it to it, okay? But this concrete is actually in good shape. Isn't that super cute? So you can decorate it with string, make a leaf with some more concrete. So if it kind of is lumpy, don't hesitate to take sandpaper to it when it's a little bit harder. So have fun, make yourself a couple, add one and make a candle. I'll see you later. Bye.